Back on the Chad Hasty Show, News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. In studio with me right now, author Kyle Word has a brand new novel out, Blood Debt, a Llano Estacado crime novel. Kyle, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Chad. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, glad to have you on. Tell folks a little bit about yourself and how you came up with the book, Blood Debt.
Well, born and raised on the Llano Estacado, raised in Whiteface, went to high school in Levelland, lived all around the area, as most people have. So I'm real familiar with the territory. With Blood Debt, it actually started driving on the interstate and hitting a patch of black ice. I went out of control, and there was no question of steering in the direction of the skid or anything like that. It terrified me. I wound up on the opposite side of the interstate, facing oncoming traffic. And the moment where everything went out of control was so significant to me. And what I tried to do with Blood Debt is capture that moment. That was the seed that started the whole story. There's a moment where a character sees everything just completely out of control, and the rest of the story follows.
Well, and this all, you call it a Llano Estacado crime novel. Why is that?
It's the first in a collection of crime novels that I'm going to write that are all featured in the Llano Estacado.
Which is really cool. I mean, that's something that's really, really different from other books that are out there.
Right. I did some research, and I'm almost creating my own genre with this. There are no crime novels set in this part of the country. Tony Hillerman did something similar with the Four Corners area in his Jim Chee novels. Stephen King did it with Maine. A lot of his stories are centered in Maine. James Lee Burke did crime novels set in the Louisiana swamps. I want to do the same thing for the Llano Estacado because the area is so ripe for storytelling. There are so many stories. There are 1 million stories of the people and the situations and the territory. And I wanted to take a chance and explain that to people in the form of fiction.
Well, and with this book, are you taking are these stories that you've heard, taking maybe a little bit of stories that you've heard about and making up some new stories? And how does that all work with it being, featured here in this part of the world?
Well, it's fictional. That's the main thing. And one of the most gratifying things I've had is when people come up to me and talk about a fictionalized, made-up character, a situation, or a setting, a place, a road, and tell me, oh, yeah, that's this road or that road. When it's not. And I have different people come up to me at different times and say different things. So the reader is filling in the blanks of their own story. But the essence of this is based on things I've heard that have been changed and warped and go through my own imagination so that they are fictional.
You said you want to develop a series for Llano Estacado, but you and I were talking yesterday at Smoker's Haven, where you will have a book signing tomorrow.
Right.
Well, we'll get to the details here on that in just a second. But what I think is neat is that it's going to be the universe, but not necessarily all the characters are going to know each other and everything else, correct?
Right. They will all be contained in the same universe, and there will be links. Just like in real life, you'll talk to somebody and you don't know that person, but they know somebody who knows somebody that you know. So the 6 degrees of separation works in my fictional universe also.
How did you, when and on the back of the book it says that you've ghostwritten 17 other books, that this is your first novel. I would imagine for people who, there are some probably who are listening who've said, I've always wanted to write a book. I've always wanted to, write something. How do you get started? How does someone get started in writing a novel, a book, whatever they want to write?
Well, with both nonfiction and fiction, the first thing is to know what you want to say. If you have a story to tell, then there's that. It doesn't have to be a fully fleshed out story. Part of the craft of writing is taking one thing and helping it grow, nurturing the idea and developing it. In the case of nonfiction is designed to inform. Fiction is designed to create emotion. So you have to decide if it's nonfiction or fiction first. If it's nonfiction, you structure out your plans. I'm a great believer in outlining and pre-planning. What I do with my clients when I'm coaching writing is to tell them that writing is easy, knowing what to write is hard. So if you can work out what you want to write ahead of time, you can have 90% of the work done before you actually start writing.
Very cool. Tomorrow, you're going to have a book signing over at Smokers Haven. Tell folks the details on that, and it's another location where you can pick up the book, correct?
Well, they have one on display right now. The main way to get the book is through Amazon, and the easiest way to get there is to go through my website, kylewordauthor.com, and there's a link that will take you to Amazon, and you can get it in either the Kindle form or in a print form. But tomorrow at Smokers Haven, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows where Smokers Haven is, it's across the street from the mall and just north of Furr's Cafeteria.
Yeah.
I'll be there from 2 to 4. We will have some books available, and I'll be there to autograph them, obviously, and mainly discuss the book, promote the book. If anybody has questions, if they just want to talk to somebody and find out how to get started writing, I'm happy to talk to any writer at any point, because I know how hard it is when you're on your own to try to develop an idea and complete it. The one thing I have that I was told early on is I have the ability to complete a manuscript. Lots of writers have incomplete manuscripts sitting in drawers, in the tops of closets, in shoe boxes, not finished. And if it's not finished, you don't have anything to work with. So I can help people finish a manuscript.
About how long did it take you to write Blood Debt?
The first draft was written in 30 days in 2006. But it was last year, after I'd been ghostwriting, I'd finished a project and was in a position to be able to work on the novel. So I decided I'd finish it. About a year was how long it took from the moment I took it back up to start it. So it was either 30 days, 10 years, or 1 year.
Well, Kyle, congratulations on the first novel, Blood Debt. Encourage folks to go out tomorrow, meet you, and get the book signed at Smokers Haven, which is located at 5102 60th Street. Right, like you said, right across the street from the mall. Real easy to get to, right next to Furr's. And, of course, if you're a cigar smoker like me, you know where Smokers Haven is. Kyle, thanks for stopping by today, and good luck with the book.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you letting me come in.
Absolutely. And tell folks your website one more time.
It's kylewordauthor, AUTHOR.com.
Easiest way to get the book, right there.
Right there.
All right. Kyle, thank you very much.